Yeah, welcome to the Brown Boy Wonder Podcast. Reviews and reactions. Let's go. It's the Brown Boy Wonder. Hold it down, representing for the culture. Every episode brings you closer into the mind and the heart of a hustler, where the truth and the groove collide. Stay tuned in, come enjoy the ride. Keep it authentic like that, never hold back. It's the Brown Boy Wonder Podcast. The Brown Boy Wonder Podcast. Subscribe, share, and stay tuned in. The vibe's always on.
This is the Brown Boy Wonder Podcast.
Welcome to the Brown Boy Wonder Podcast, guys. We are back talking about Batman, the animated series. For this week, we're going to talk about episodes 41 to 45. But before we get into that, let me introduce my guest here. He usually says, Tyger Tyger is Daniel. Daniel, how are you doing today?
I do say that. I say that frequently. It's actually my catchphrase. So look for my Tyger Tyger merch in the shop. bbw.shop.web any day now.
That'll be running soon, hopefully. One day that will be running soon. My last guest, of course, he usually howls at the moon. It is Anthony. Anthony, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. That one is very appropriate considering the character, so I can't blame you for choosing that one.
Oh yes. I just realized it now. Thank you.
All right.
Yes. Last week we talked about a passing of a iconic figure, or a voice of an iconic figure, Space Ghost Anthony. We didn't talk to you about this guy, his passing. What are your thoughts on his on Space Ghost and all that?
I was very much affected by the passing of George Lowe. Space Ghost Coast to Coast is a big influence on my type of humor and everything. I had posted a picture of Space Ghost with Conan O'Brien saying that I wish I could be this photo just because I love what those people do. I love the idea of being a funny interview person that makes fun of people and then gets made fun of themselves. I think that's a great character, and it was really, really sad to hear that he had passed away.
Yeah, definitely. I remember watching it when it came on, Adult Swim?
Yeah. Well, it was a Cartoon Network show. It was like one of the earliest Cartoon Network shows.
I remember watching it during Adult Swim, and I guess I didn't get it as a kid. I think later on I was like, "Oh, this is just goofy," and I love it. But R.I.P. to George Lowe. But let's get into it's a hard transition here. Tyger Tyger, episode 41 here. All right, Selina Kyle enters into the Gotham Zoo after hours and examines a tiger kept in captivity. She calmly talks to the tiger and unaware of a sniper watching her from a tree. The sniper shoots her with a tranquilizer and jumps out at her. Selina insists that she won't let the man get to the tiger, but her assailant tells her that's not what he's there for. A security guard arrives and sees the sniper carrying off Selina and is horrified by his gorilla-like appearance. The guard is shoved into the tiger pit, and the sniper runs off with Selina. I just want to say this episode is sort of crazy.
That's a good way to put it. I know we just started and all, but like I'm just gonna go ahead and get out of the way. If I get confused about some of the episodes that we're watching today, it is not my fault. When it, like honestly, we are about to talk about a lot of animal themed episodes. So yeah, I can't imagine anyone would blame me for confusing some of these episodes that we're about to watch here. But yeah, a lot going on. There's a monkey man of sorts. We don't see that all the time.
No, I mean with these episodes, there are two werewolves we get here. So, and Daniel, let us keep us on loop.
Sort of on
Yeah.
loop.
Yeah, you got to give us like, oh, am I talking about this episode? No, we're talking about this episode.
Oh, you want me to be the one to? Good luck with that. I'll do my best.
Daniel, you're on Animal Watch. All right.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Let me put on my crocodile hunter jacket real fast.
Oh, is it green?
No, he didn't he wear like a tan jacket?
He wore like a shirt.
Yeah. It was like a button up.
True. All right. Well, meanwhile, Bruce Wayne waits for Selina outside a restaurant and gets worried as she's very late. He calls Alfred, who knows nothing. Great Alfred. Fortunately, an employee arrives and tells Bruce that Selina called and says she'll be late as she'll be visiting the zoo. Believing Catwoman may be up to something, Bruce heads out to the zoo and hears the guard's story about the gorilla carrying Selina off and searches the area. Finding the tranquilizer dart, he realizes something is wrong. Look, we have a gorilla in the mist. I feel like if the Planet of the Apes was in this series here, I feel like I want to see Batman versus Caesar. I think that'd be a great fight.
Versus Caesar specifically. I mean,
Yeah.
Batman in the world of Planet of the Apes doesn't seem too crazy when you think about it. So yeah, that could be something.
Well, there's multiple intelligent monkey folk in DC Comics. Or
True,
ape folk,
very
I
true.
guess. So like surely this has happened, right? Wasn't there that time period? You would probably know better than me. You're the comic boy. Wasn't there a time period where like some gorilla comic sold better than anyone was expecting, and then everyone was like, "Put more gorillas on the covers." That's what did it.
I believe it was Titano, aka the Kryptonite Ape, that did that. Yeah, so there is obviously there's Gorilla Grud, there's the Ultra Humanite, there's Detective Chimp. Like there is a bunch. Yeah, so it's not too crazy for Batman to be in that realm of monkeys.
I guess. Well, I'm glad there's monkeys in the world of Batman. I know says no one ever. Elsewhere, Selina wakes up and finds a large humanoid cat creature approaching. The creature closely observes and I'll believe that catch on the mic. Sniffs at Selina. Sniffing. For those who didn't know.
Thank you.
I don't know if it picked up on the mic. I'll find out later. A man named Dr. Durain arrives and introduces the creature as Tigress, and observes that he likes her. Durain goes on to explain that he is a geneticist who works on creating new creatures such as Garf, the ape man, aka the guy who attacked Selina, and that Tigress is a pinnacle of his work. He has now set his sights on Selina, whom knows her as Catwoman. He then injects her with a serum.
Wait, are you saying that the big, like, black furred cat guy, he was called Tigress? Like
Tigress.
Female? Yeah. So the male Catman was also Tigress. Yes.
Okay, but it's not Tigress. You know what I'm talking about? Isn't there a villain called Tigress who's like a lady?
There's there's Cheetah and there's Tigra from Marvel Comics.
I think I'm thinking of Tigra. That must be where I'm at.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one is Tigress.
Tigress, and there's a Tigra in Thundercats too. If you're thinking of that.
Very very appropriate.
I mean, mayhaps. So okay, and this was the other thing I was kind of confused by. So Tigress is a cat that was made more human-like. Yeah.
Yes, because we learn later this guy was experimenting on cats specifically. He has a thing for cats, so that was the cause.
So is Gorilla Buddy was he an ape turned man or a man turned ape?
I think he was I don't know. I couldn't tell you that one.
Okay, I didn't know if we had
I don't
lore
know.
on whatever that guy's name was.
Well, his name is Garth.
Garth.
Garth. So I feel like he was a man named
That's
Garth.
also a different DC comic character. It's too
Whoa.
confusing. I'm lost.
Oh, you're animal control. What's going on?
Yeah, I don't know. Because isn't Aqualad's name Garth or something?
His name is Garth. Yeah. And also Beast Boy is named Garfield.
Garfield.
So,
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, his name is Garfield.
Well,
yeah,
yeah.
Garfield Logan.
Oh, well, look, I understand where the doctor is coming from, like experiments and all, but why? Why you want to do this? Why you want to do these experiments?
There's just a lot of scientists in the DC universe that think animals are like the next step, right? Like that's really what it comes down to. Is that there's, and especially in Gotham, apparently this week, there are so many scientists that are just like, you know what? People they could be better. They could be animals.
I guess. Well, looking to get more clues, Batman goes to see Dr. Kirk Langstrom and asks about a compound he found in the dart. Langstrom identifies as T99, a compound used in splicing and the brainchild of Doreen, his old partner. Langstrom shows Batman a cat-monkey hybrid and explains that Doreen has worked on combining cat DNA with other creatures. However, Doreen moved on to an island where his work started to bring negative attention.
The island of Dr. Moreau.
Yes. Back in the day, there was a, as you said, Monroe. There's a series. Is it a series or is it like
I think it's just a movie.
It's a movie.
I haven't seen it.
It's been a while. I think I sent the link, but yeah, I think that's the inspiration for this episode is from that. But also, do you guys think the creators of Cat Dog saw this episode? They're like, hey, we should make we should have this show.
Maybe.
Oh,
Never
man.
say never.
Well, I think so. Well, Batman heads and discovers a cat with bird wings flying around. Also, Batman seeks to break in through the skylight, but Garth catches him. Batman and Garth crash into the skylight, and Doreen tells Garth to leave them. He then proudly shows Batman his newest creation, Selina, who transformed into a real cat creature. All right, we have Catwoman. But now, what do you guys think about this actual cat woman?
I don't care
That's
for
a
it.
choice.
I'll be real with you. That ain't my thing.
It's there's a lot of attractive anthro characters out there in the world. I can't say that the stylings in this show do it any favors. I think it's the eyes. They just I don't know, something about the eyes looks strange to me. So she is a Catwoman for sure, but not my kind of Catwoman.
Well, it reminds me of one movie that I hate with a passion. Cats.
Oh, okay.
It was exactly like the way. Okay, Taylor Swift. If you look at Taylor Swift's character in Cats, and you look at some of Kyle's cats, completely similar.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
it is kind of the same color, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally the worst movie of all time. I have to put on record. Excuse me. All right. Batman, as all of us, are horrified, but Doreen believes he's done Selina a favor. Batman attempts to free Selina and demands that Doreen reverse the project, but Tyger arrives and throws Batman from his father. Tyger looks at Selina longingly, but she looks away from him. Ooh, I think he likes her. Batman gets up, and Tyger, seeing him as a rival, attacks him. Batman is scratched, and Selina runs up to Tyger, telling him to stop. Selina is confused as what she is now, and Batman tells her that he can help her. However, Doreen orders Tyger to take Batman outside, and as Garth catches Selina in the net, much to Tyger's displeasure, Durain is intrigued by Selena's dominant human side and views Batman as a perfect chance to test Tiger's abilities. Batman is given a head start on the island before Tigers is released, and Durain tells him that if he can beat the creature, he'll get the antidote to Selena's condition. Once Tigers is set off, Batman attempts to stop him with some gas bombs, but this only serves to make him angry. A lot of action here. Inside, Garth and Durain prepares to inject Selena for the final part of the serum, but she refuses to allow it and escapes. Durain is concerned as there is no way she could possibly escape the island. Of course, Batman and Tigers continue to struggle with one another, and Batman finally manages to catch Tigers in a net. Tigers angrily shouts at Batman, revealing that he can speak. Oh my goodness. He explains that Durain told him that with Batman gone, Selena will love him. As Batman tells him not to count on it and leaves. I don't know about you guys at this point of the episode. I'm like, hurry up. I'm not feeling this episode right now.
I mean, we talked about it last time, right? With Selena, where it's like, I like this version of Selena. I can't say that I love her episodes a whole lot. And yeah, this is one of those times where it's just, yeah, you're right. Something's not clicking, unfortunately.
It's not. Come on, man. I'm sure there's better stories with Catwoman.
Oh, there's tons of
You would
comics.
think.
If you're in the comics, I'm sure there's dozens. But yeah, unfortunately, I think her first one was pretty good. The like was
The two-parter?
Cat and the Claw, the two-parter.
Yeah.
I think that one was
Mhm.
good. But so far, yeah, every other episode she's been in has been like pretty weird.
Pretty doo-doo to me.
Pretty doo-doo.
Yeah. Like Bruce Wayne's suit.
Oh, the pee pee poo poo suit.
Pee pee poo poo. With her newfound abilities, Selena manages to track Batman, who is crossing a rigged, broken down bridge. Unfortunately, Tigers catches up with him, and then ensuring struggle, the bridge breaks, causing both guys to fall. Fortunately, Batman manages to catch a tree growing from the cliffside and invades Tigers, who seemingly falls to his death. All right, guys. R.I.P. to Tigers. Should we have a moment of silence for this character?
No,
No.
we're good.
All right. All right. Well, Selena finally manages to find Batman, but Tigers has arrived. Oh my god,
he
he's not
wasn't dead.
No.
Oh. Good thing we didn't have that
Uh,
moment of silence. It would have been a waste of time.
Oh, big waste of time. Like this episode.
I haven't really.
Selena gets in between them and tells Tigers that Batman is not his enemy and that her affection won't be won by killing him. Of course, Tigers is confused, like me, as his father told him the exact opposite of what Selena just told him, and he runs off. Dude, Tigers is a little biatch. He just ran away.
Oh.
He just ran away.
I mean, yeah.
Come on, man. You're a freaking werewolf-looking monster. I need to stop. Durain is outraged that Batman is still alive and scolds Tigers for his weakness. He bitch slapped him as well. Batman arrives. He did. He's like, what? I saw the episode. Batman arrives and says that he's not Tiger's enemy, and all he wants is the antidote, and for Durain to be brought to justice. Tigers, however, he can't leave his father unguarded and protects him. However, Durain, blaming Selena for Tigers' weakness, prepares to kill her. Outraged, Tigers stops him from shooting her, and in a fit of anger, Durain threatens to kill him, realizing his father has turned on him. It was a big huge for him. Tigers goes on a rampage. He destroys the lab, causing explosions that topples the building. Selena moans Tigers, but he then emerges from the building, carrying the injured Durain, asking Batman to take him for medical treatment. Believing the antidote was destroyed in the explosion, Selena has been despaired as she is now stuck as a real cat woman. Tigers invites her to stay with him, but Selena insists that she can't live like that. He sadly gives her the antidote and says goodbye. Selena invites Tigers to come with her, but he turns her down, believing there's nothing left for him in the world and returns to the forest. Batman thinks back on Blake's poem, the Tiger, and I'll read the poem for you guys. Tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forest of the night, what immortal hand or eye dare frame thy fearful symmetry? And that's the episode. That's the end of the episode. Are we giving this a thumbs up or thumbs down?
From the sounds of it, you definitely aren't giving it a thumbs up, and yeah, I'm gonna have to agree on that. I do not think this episode is super strong or interesting. Sadly, I'm gonna give it a thumbs down.
Yeah, I agree completely. I don't even necessarily hate this episode. It's just like I feel like it does nothing and is kind of just a waste of time.
Right? Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I love the 1930s, 40s monster movies. It kind of remind me of this episode. But yeah, man, I feel like this is worse than Batman in My Basement?
I mean, I wasn't. I was on that episode, right?
You were on that. You repressed those memories already.
Oh my goodness! But like, yeah, that episode's probably worse because, like Daniel said, I don't hate this episode. I think I hate Batman in My Basement, but in terms of animal people episodes, this is the weakest one we watched this week.
Yeah.
So I can say that.
I feel like if this was a two-parter and we get like a background story of Garth and what's the guy? Oh, Tigers. Their background. I feel like maybe it might be a thumbs up if we get more of that, but no, I think this is a thumbs down doo-doo for me. Of course, I have an interesting fact for this episode. Kirk's line, he likes cats better than people, is incredibly similar to what he said about his father-in-law, Dr. March, and Leather Wings. I think he likes bats better than people.
I will say, I like that Kirk Langstrom shows up in this. That's a cool little continuity bit of like, oh, there's people being turned into animals. Well, let me go ask Man Bat. Like, I think that's a fun detail.
Smart.
I know a sick freak who's into that.
Ooh. Well, that was episode 41. Now let's get into episode 42, Joker's Wild. I think it's a perfect time for this episode to bring this sound in. Give me one moment, guys. Hopefully everyone can hear this. Because we're in Arkham Asylum. An argument over the TV erupts in the rec room of Arkham Asylum between Poison Ivy and the Joker. We see the Mad Hatter and the Scarecrow. Is that them as well? Are they on the side?
They're in there later. I couldn't remember if it was just the beginning bit, but yeah, it's definitely Poison Ivy and Joker in the intro bit of the show. Yes,
but I feel like those guys were on the side in the room.
Well, they definitely come back later for sure.
Yeah. Ivy is watching a gardening show while the Joker wants to watch some comedy. The argument is eventually resolved, but when a nearby bodyguard, Irving, breaks it up and changes the channel at random, hitting on a news report about the opening of a billionaire Cameron Kaiser latest luxury casino outside of Gotham. The theme of the casino has been carefully kept secret. Kaiser snips the ribbon, and to everyone's shock and horror, including the Joker, the new casino is dubbed Joker's Wild, complete with a laughing figuring of Joker's head on top. Kaiser laughs off the idea that he is honoring the Joker. Instead, he's saying he's paying tribute to the simple classic roots, not caring if it does resemble to some criminal fruitcake. I don't know why he said fruitcake.
It was the harshest thing you were allowed to say on a children's cartoon.
I guess. I guess so. Fruitcake. Outraged, the Joker hurls Ivy's potted plant towards the television, smashing it in the process as he rage quit about how someone would use his image for his own benefit. Does the Joker have the right to be angry?
In a sense, yeah. It's his face.
Yeah, but playing cards, right? There's the Joker.
Oh,
Yeah.
come on. It's the Joker. It's the Joker. It looks just like him. It could have looked like any kind of jester, but it doesn't, does it?
That's
Yeah.
true.
It makes me wonder about like how it works when they do movies about like Dahmer or whatever, John Wayne Gacy. Is it's like, do they have to pay some kind of licensing rights to their families or something to get their likeness?
Right.
How does
like,
that
do
work?
criminals have likeness rights? I don't know.
Yeah, like Charles Manson. Like, do we give money to his family?
Does he have a family? I genuinely don't know.
I'm sure he has someone out there who doesn't like his crimes.
Yeah,
don't
who
know.
knows?
Well, Joker fakes an illness to be taken to the infirmary and quickly gives Irving the slip, but Irving appears to be letting him go on purpose. He quickly escapes the asylum and grabs a passing truck. The process of him escaping took like at least 5 minutes. It took a while.
I mean, that's kind of a short amount of time in terms of escaping an Arkham Asylum.
that's true.
It wasn't as flashy as the last time he escaped.
All right,
Riding a Christmas tree.
Yeah, that's true. From his butt.
What?
Yeah, remember I made that comment last
I don't want
time.
an explanation. No, you're good. No, go on. It's fine.
All right.
I brought this episode with the doo-doo and the butts. He's
The doo-doo in the butt.
doing something.
You need a bidet. Bruce Wayne, a guest at the opening gala, quickly gives his date the push and summons Alfred with a bat suit. Bruce is suspicious of Kaiser's motives as the casino's resemblance to the Joker is too obvious. Bruce looks beneath the decor of his room and finds the Joker's wallpaper laid over a medieval theme. Bruce Wayne's red sweater. It is sweatering for me. It looks good.
It's definitely a better look, I would say, than the usual suit and tie look for him.
Yeah. Last week he was wearing shorts, so man, this guy got it going on. Infiltrating Kaiser's office as Batman, he sees a model of the proposed casino where the Joker's head has been slipped over a building labeled Camelot. Then he explains that Kaiser's private files has seized massive construction bills for the casino and a dozer on Joker. He is interrupted by Irving, who attacks him, but Batman gives him the slip. Should we say Irving is the worst bodyguard?
Kinda.
You can easily go pass through him.
I guess that's true.
Yeah. Joker enters the casino and sees all of the clown themed and suit of card decor. Gloats that he is in a place where it all is dedicated to him, and feels almost sorry to destroy the casino. Joker is mistaken for a dealer since they are all dressed up like him. He decides to spend a time dealing at a blackjack table. After he won several rounds in a row, the players leave in disgust. The security camera sees the Joker cheating, and a guard recommends action against him, but is voted by Kaiser, who is actually pleased to see the suspicious dealer there. Are you guys good at like blackjack or poker or goldfish?
Or Go Fish. What a third one.
Yeah, it's definitely the biggest card game in America. Besides that, the only ever time I'd play it is like digitally in like party games or something. So I don't think I've ever played anything but Uno in real life and Go Fish.
I played a little bit of Texas Hold'em, and I'm okay at it. That's not enough to even like really go out of my way to want to play it at all. But I don't know, it's fun.
I feel like Catch 21 is more of a easy brainer game because you don't have to think. Well, you have to think. You have to count numbers, but I think it's like the easiest game.
Well, there you go. Confirmed. Easiest game.
It is. Bruce is on the floor and happens to come across Joker's table. To test whether it is actually the Joker, he drops some casual comments about his decor. And to top things off, wins the round with a sleight of hand, much to Joker's shock. Joker can barely restrain his anger, giving himself away. This is my favorite favorite scene in this episode. Pretty much like Bruce Wayne is just like insulting the Joker.
Oh yeah, it's definitely my favorite scene. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Bruce slips out of the casino and is back almost instantly as Batman. But when he grabs the Joker, he revealed only to be one of the illegitimate employees, causing commotion and allowing the Joker to run. He disappears in the crowd and grabs a Joker-themed some dude in the casino driving into a crash. He crashed and starts disappearing. Kaiser watches on the video cameras as Joker rigs the basement of the casino with explosives. He prepares to leave, but Batman appears to confront him. He figured out that Kaiser is bankrupt himself, building his Camelot casino. So he altered to invite the Joker's wrath and allowing him to collect insurance money when it's destroyed. Kaiser admits it and then disables Batman with a electric device hidden underneath his desk. He calls Irving and another thug, tells them to send Batman down the basement. As soon as he arrives, the Joker knocks him out. Do not make any deals with Kaiser because this guy sucks.
Absolutely not.
Batman comes around strapped to a giant roulette reel, which Joker's rigged to detonate the explosives. But Batman then explains to Joker that Kaiser is playing him for a fool, tricking him into destroying the casino to collect money in an insurance scam. Joker is outraged, and with a change of plans, he disconnects the explosives and resolves to catching up with Kaiser to settle the score man to clown before he flees to the casino. Before leaving, however, he spins the wheel and tosses a grenade onto it. Batman manages to escape the trap by shooting the grenade away with his grapple gun. Joker, we always see him as a funny guy, but he's not what's the word? He's not.
I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to say.
There's a word, or he's a smart villain. He's like he knows he's being tricked.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry. I'll come back with a word.
All right.
Okay.
Kaiser rushes to the helipad and boards his personal helicopter, which lifts off and then stops. Joker reveals himself to be piloting the chopper. He frankly congratulates Kaiser for his plot, describing it as a scheme worthy of me. Then announces that he plans to kill Kaiser and runs the casino from behind the scenes. Does Kaiser deserve this?
I mean, he's a bad guy. Like you said, you shouldn't make deals with him. You shouldn't trust him. So, sounds like he does.
Sounds like it. They are interrupted by Batman flying after the helicopter, and his bat glider. Joker fires his pistol, which damages the glider, but Batman manages to grab the chopper. As he wrestles with Joker, The chopper dives towards the casino and crashes through the front doors. Joker tries to run, but Batman floors him with a well-aimed kick, sending him crashing into a slot machine, which jackpots and covers him with quarters.
I don't like that your summary failed to acknowledge that Joker's gun has a little Joker face over the barrel.
Yeah,
So it looks like it's shooting bullets out of his mouth.
it's graphic.
It's cute.
Joker is returned to Arkham, where he watches Summer Gleason's news report on his own arrest and Kaiser's downfall. He disgustingly changes the channel, and now 3 against 1. Ivy, Mad Hatter, and Scarecrow. He nervously changed the channel back and angrily mutters to himself, "You bunch of no good wacko losers! Y'all make me sick." And that's the end of the episode. Are we giving this a thumbs up or thumbs down?
Yeah, this gets a thumbs up for me. I think it's a fun Joker episode. It's a funny concept of someone using the Joker's likeness, and that Bruce Wayne scene is really great. I think it's a fun one.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely a thumbs up for me. I think it's cute. I think it's fun. I don't necessarily think it's like an amazing episode or anything, but it's definitely worth watching.
Yeah, I like this episode too. I feel like it's when it comes to like, remember the laughing fish, the Joker trying to get money off of his royalties. I feel like this is like a better episode of that when it comes to that plot. But yeah, there's a thumbs up for me as well. Right. Interesting fact for this episode: the Joker breaks the fourth wall through his messages to the viewer. Exit stage left. And don't try this at home, kids. This is an ability he frequently displays in the comics.
I feel like that's just a thing he would say.
Yeah,
I don't necessarily think he's breaking the fourth wall there. I think he just says stuff like that.
I think that's just a Joker.
I think that guy. I think this might sound crazy. I think that dude's a clown.
Yeah,
He's a Joker. It turns out.
It looks like it. Well, that was episode 42 there. Now let's get into the other animal episode, episode 43. Sorry, there's another episode of animals, but is the second one, Moon of the Wolf, episode 43. All right. It's a peaceful night in Gotham's Park, and a man named John Hammer, great name, John Hammer, quietly walks his dog. Suddenly, the dog starts to get agitated and growls at an unseen creature. The man dismisses the dog's fears, but he is soon confronted by a hulking man-wolf. The werewolf prepares to kill Hammer, but Batman arrives and saves him. The werewolf, however, manages to escape. How are we feeling about this episode already?
Is this the same security guard from the Tyger Tyger episode? It's not the same voice actor. The last one it was Jim Cummings, but here it's like the same looking redheaded man, right?
It does look like him. I don't know if that's the same guy.
Might as well be, right?
Might as well. This guy is losing it. Batman goes to see Commissioner Gordon and tells him about a mugger in a werewolf mask. Gordon checks the files but comes with nothing, claiming the closest query to the search that was a recent theft of 2 Alaskan timber wolves from the Gotham Zoo. Remembering that the victim was a guard from the zoo and finding some genuine fur on his gloves. Batman realizes that it might be an actual werewolf. Do you guys howl when you guys see a full moon?
No. I'm a human man.
Okay.
Are you trying to catch me on being a werewolf? Because you're not going to catch me that easy, bro.
Damn it. Because I said you. No, you're a Tyger Tyger.
If you're looking for a werewolf, all you have to do is wait for someone to start calling a depressed girl Loca, and then that's how you know. That's the sign of a werewolf.
All right, Taylor Lautner, if you see me,
Don't.
uh,
Have you seen me? No, you didn't.
don't howl at me. I'll say.
I am no howl back girl. Thank you. That's my time.
Oh my goodness.
This is good. This is good. The werewolf heads out and smashes his way into a shanty, I think, where Dr. Milo is inside. Milo is unconcerned, however, simply saying that sunrise will be momentarily. Sure enough, the werewolf starts to lose his fur, and he turns into a human form. He assures the man that everything will be over soon now that Hammer has been killed. But the man tells him that he failed due to Batman's interference. Milo is outraged and decided that the werewolf has a new target. I don't know what it is when it comes to these things, but werewolf transformations from any any movie or TV show, I think it always looks good. Like the original Werewolf Man, or like Michael Jackson's Thriller music video. Any werewolf transformation is always great.
All right, there you go. I mean, it is a cool looking scene. That's for sure. I can agree with that.
Later, a radio announcement states that the Olympic champion Anthony Romulus will be making a donation to a charity and will double if Batman himself arrives to receive the check. Anthony, have you seen the movie Alien Romulus?
I have not seen the movie Alien Romulus. I'm not familiar with their work, but this is the second Anthony in BTAS, so that's pretty impressive. Cool. You know, I'm in the show a lot apparently.
Yeah, you were in the Two-Face episode, Anthony, and now here.
I'm not been keeping track of Daniels, but I'm going to assume there were none.
Don't worry, there's no Daniels yet, but when there is one, I'll let you know.
Okay,
I will let you know. And a friend of the show, Skyler. I don't know if there's any Skylers in the series, but I'll let him know.
No, but this guy, so his name is Anthony, but his last name is Romulus because of Wolf, obviously.
Yeah.
Because of the Roman myth of the founding of Rome with the two brothers, Romulus and Remus, right? Who were like raised by a wolf. So I think it's funny that he's like basically an Olympian athlete, which is technically right, but whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, but what's more important is like, bro, what's the deal with your unibrow, my guy?
Man.
It's it's a distinguishing look for him.
Anthony Davis looking ass.
Look, you have the unibrow, but it looks classy. I don't know how you do it.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. If he's wearing the suit and he has a unibrow,
it looks like he's wearing just the brim of a baseball hat.
Oh, well, Anthony, you got anything to say about your unibrow?
I mean, it's that Anthony, not this Anthony. I have no unibrow to speak of.
All right. I do know some Gillette men razors. Romulus, hear me out. In an athletic club, Bruce Wayne is working out with Anthony and some girls. Bruce asks about his interest in Batman, and Anthony claims he wants to meet Gotham's second best athlete. Ooh. Got some competition here. Batman arrives to meet Romulus, who seems friendly enough to prepare to cut the check. Batman then discovers that the room is filled with knockout gas. He tries to put on his gas mask, but it's too late and he passes out. Milo then arrives and puts the second part of his plan into motion. Look, the Clock King had Batman's number. Now I think Anthony has Batman's second number. So Batman got some good villains here.
Because he's a big, strong wolf?
No, I think it's because the knockout gas. I think didn't the Clock King knocked him out? too.
He did have that. He put him in that safe, and then like limited the air supply and everything. Yeah, that is true.
Yeah. So I think that's his kryptonite gas. While the two men wait for Batman to be awakened, Romulus ponders on the unpleasant task of killing him and confronts Milo over the evil he's made him to do. However, Milo reminds him that he's the only one with the cure of Romulus' condition. He flashes back to the scene of Anthony devoting himself to training, but that did not give him the confidence that he would get the gold medal. Wanted a guarantee win as well as something that would not cause him to fail the test for steroids. He went to Milo for a detectable performance enhancer. Milo showed him a serum derived from steroids and a wolf estrogen. Anthony immediately snatched the vital and gulped the serum down. I guess I don't blame Anthony for drinking it, but I wouldn't trust the doctor with that ball haircut. He needs a haircut.
Yeah, well, for one, it was interesting that he took wolf estrogens. I didn't realize that was the case watching this.
Yes.
So congrats on him for being a trans wolf man. But he's just that same guy from the episode where Selena got like scratched by her cat and they were making animals like really hostile. Remember the Daggett episode? It's the same guy. So like, I guess he just does stuff with animals. I don't know. It's just his gimmick.
He's a freak.
He's a freak. That goes without saying, for sure.
You get that from the haircut.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Who does he think he is? A beetle?
Oh. There's only one beetle.
Beatles.
There's only one beetle out there, and he's still alive.
I think there's two.
What?
I'm pretty sure Ringo and Paul McCartney are both still alive.
I was gonna say there's at least two more Beatles.
Unless something happened recently.
I thought
And
Paul's...
Skyler. Let's not forget Skyler.
Yeah, John Lemon. Yeah. I don't know. I thought Paul was still alive. Okay, that's news to me. Shout out to him. All right.
Shout out to Ringo for being still alive.
Yeah.
God bless.
It proved to be a success, and Ramos won at every event he competed in. With the frame, he was astounded with the fortune. He then takes back on a Milo's deal and refused to share the profits. This proved to be mistaken as a serum infected him with lycanthropy at a modern stage, as he had some wolf traits, but without the beast behavior. Romulus went to seek Milo's help, who warned that the condition is irreversible. Milo said advance lycanthropy, whatever that word is, lycanthropy is curable, as gave Romulus a second dose of a performance enhancer. I know a guy who took steroids because he was sick, not for anything else. But he got better within a day. So I don't know what I'm saying that for. I'm just trying to reference steroids, but here am I. Meanwhile, at Gotham Zoo, Hammer is confronted by Harvey Bullock, who was investigating the Timber Wolf theft. Bullock accused Hammer of being complicit into the theft, as he was on duty the night of the disappearance, and shortly afterward there was a sizable deposit made to his bank account. Hammer nervously admits someone paid him to leave the cage unsecured, but does not know whom. Bullock arrests Hammer for bribery. Back at Milo's campaign cabin, Romulus conditions takes a hold and he then transforms. However, instead of killing Batman like he's supposed to, he goes after Milo. In fear, Milo drops the antidote, which makes the werewolf very angry. In his rampage, the werewolf smashes the cabin and causes Milo to fall into a ditch unconscious. Again, another great, amazing scene of transformation here. With Milo out of the way, the werewolf attacks Batman, who manages to get free of his chains. However, Batman is no match for the creature. A couple of civilians notice that and calls the police. Looking to even the odds, he climbs up on top of the stadium where he was chained. Bullock and the other officers arrive and orders them to hold fire. Batman uses a heavy hook on a crane to stop the werewolf, who manages to grab hold of the crane by striking the lightning strikes it and falls into the river. Milo is taken to custody, but the werewolf is nowhere to be found. Detective Bullock half-jokingly remarks that he will wait until the next month full moon to see whether or not he was really a creature in Gotham. Later, Ramos disappeared, and his house is sold to pay off the creditors. The buyers ask the retailer where he went, but she says that no one really knows. They also wonder why someone who had just about everything will suddenly give it all up. Elsewhere, a wolf howls at the full moon. Oh, that's it.
Pretty dark, sort of like almost like a fable, right? Like a very like careful what you wish for story. So that's interesting. I think that alone, the kind of idea of like what this man wants, and you know, the problems that come with that inherently make it more interesting than the Catwoman episode for me.
I guess. So you're giving it a thumbs up?
You know what? Yeah, I will give this episode a thumbs up. Why not?
How about you, Daniel?
I'm kind of stuck in the middle on it because I don't think it's a good episode, but it didn't really bother me at all. I think it was less offensive than Tyger Tyger for sure.
It's still not the best animal episode of the week. I'll say that.
I think I'll probably just still give it a thumbs down, just because it's like I feel like it's very skippable.
That's fair.
Yeah, I would agree. I'll give a thumbs up. I like werewolves. No, you know what? Thumbs down. Thumbs down. I can't.
I like werewolves. Never mind.
No, I can't give this a thumbs up. It's just I don't know. I think when it comes to Batman and creatures, maybe with these episodes, it's not mixing up with me. So thumbs down for me.
All right.
All right. I do have an interesting fact for this episode. Well, it's more of an error fact. When Batman is captured, Romulus takes his utility belt. Throughout the fight, Batman is pictured wearing it. However, it's clear he doesn't really have the belt since he never used any equipment from it.
Oh, there you go. I have an interesting fact for this episode too.
Yeah.
This episode was written by Len Wein, who was the co-creator of Wolverine and Swamp Thing.
Oh.
So there you go.
He really loves werewolves.
I was gonna say he loves these creatures and animal people.
Oh. Damn. Well, all right. Well, that's a good fact there. Now, my favorite episode of this week. It is episode 44, Day of the Samurai. In Japan, at the dojo of Yuri Sensei, his star pupil, a young woman named Kari, is practicing late at night. She is suddenly interrupted by a ninja, who knocks her out unconscious and carries her away, leaving behind a ransom demand for Yuri, the sensei. Any thoughts about this matchup here? It was a real quick one.
Well, this is the same studio that did the Riddler episode we watched previously, so it definitely is like really smooth and a little bouncy at times. So I thought that was good for an action sequence. You know, it felt very fluid.
It is like a squash match, at least between the ninja and Kairi. She got knocked out with one kick. Like
Sure.
How can you? You shouldn't be knocked out with one kick. Unless was that a roundhouse kick or was it just like a straight up kick to the face?
Well, we know who this is. He's not a good guy. He kind of plays a
that's
little
true.
bit dirty.
That is true. Dirty is an under not the right word. There's another word for him. It's not good. The sensei telephones Bruce Wayne in Gotham City, saying he needs his help. After he and Alfred arrives in Japan, Bruce goes to meet the sensei Euro, wondering how he could be any of service. Euro says that hopes he can pass along his request to Batman, whom Bruce must know. Does the sensei know that he's Batman? At this point, we gotta know.
I don't know if he for sure knows, but it feels like he does. Like it's not explicit, but it feels like he does.
Yeah, he doesn't ever say it, but considering there's other people that know who Batman is, I feel like it's possible.
I guess so. Well, Batman explains to Alfred the particular nature of Kyodai ransom demand. Euro is the last living descendant of an ancient master who developed the fighting art Kiba no Hoko, the way of the Fang.
You already struggle with some normal words. This one's not going to do well for you. I'm sorry. It's going to be a tough one for you.
No worries. Kiba no Hoko. How about that?
I feel like you're like a Japanese man cutting a promo against Hulk Hogan at the end there.
I apologize to all the Japanese people listening. 1% of you are listening to this pod. I appreciate you guys.
Is it really?
Yeah,
viewers
1%.
in Japan. Wow, that's cool.
I got some viewers in Japan and just Japan for now because this is a Japanese episode. I don't want to say another country because it's not relevant. Canada. It proves it proves so dangerous that the master never taught it to anyone and hid the only copy of the art manual in a secret place known only to his family, who have kept it secret for 500 years. Since Euro has no sons, when he dies, he takes the secret with him. That's a badass story, I'll say.
I mean, I guess good in this case. It doesn't feel like something that we need to still have in the world, if I'm being honest.
Oh.
It's the secret murder technique? No, I think we're okay.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
I don't think we need that one.
I guess.
We got guns now. It's kind of the same thing.
Well, besides that fighting art form, how are we liking Alfred's robe? It has it's blue. It has V's. I don't know what the V stands for, but it looks good to me. He looks good with it. It
stands for Captain Boomerang because it looks like the pattern on his stuff sometimes.
You know what? It kind of does look like Captain Boomerang. You're right.
There you go. Kyodai wants to scroll.
You ever seen Alfred and Captain Boomerang in the same place? I thought not. I'm not saying, but I'm saying.
You got me there. Kyodai wants to scroll, believing the knowledge will enable him to defeat Batman and Bruce Wayne, now knowing that they're the same person, having fought them both at the same time. The next morning, Euro receives instructions from Kyodai. He is to receive a map of the scroll's location to exchange for Kari. Bruce suggests giving Kyodai a false map, but Euro says doing so would violate the code of Bushido. Bruce respectfully volunteers to deliver the map. At the ransom drop, Batman brings the map. He tries to rescue Kari without giving it up, but Kyodai kicks her off the building roof, forcing Batman to save her while Kyodai grabs the map. Batman tries to stop Kyodai, but then he escapes. Again, Kari got kicked in the face again. She needs her revenge. The map guides Kyodai to a cave on the side of the volcano called Mount K. I'll just call it Mount K. where he finds the scroll hidden in the ancient box. The moment he touches it, however, the age scroll crumbles to fragments in his hands. Initially distraught, he looks closer and pulls out one intact fragment, which is he figures is all he needs. This reminds me when I turned 30. Like when you touch something, it just evaporate. That's how I felt when I turned 30.
Wait, what? What are you touching?
No, like I feel like my bones just like is gone.
Okay, you're evaporating. Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm evaporating.
Gotcha. Okay.
When someone touches me, like I'm gone. Later, Batman investigates the cave and returns as Bruce with the fragments to Euro, who examines them and finds that the missing piece gives instructions for the Onumure attack, a death touch. Unfortunately, Euro never read the scroll, so he cannot tell Bruce where the fatal point is, meaning it could be anywhere. For the next phase of his plans,
When Kyodai is like reading the piece of parchment or whatever, and he's like, "Who would have thought that it's there?" The picture is like showing a picture of the calf, and I'll just let you know in advance, it's not there. And actually,
that's true.
Where it is like one of the top 3 places I would have assumed it was.
That's a good point. Yeah, like if not there, then where?
Oh man. Well, maybe it's like a flaw in the episode. I don't know.
It's a flaw in Kyodai's knowledge.
For the next phase of his plan, Kyodai kidnaps Alfred and calls Bruce, ordering him to appear for the final match. Bruce traced the call to Kyodai's hideout, finding it empty, and that Kyodai had destroyed the scroll fragment. As soon as Alfred was enjoying himself in Japan, he gets kidnapped.
That's true. Poor Alfred.
Rough. Yeah, it's rough for him. They meet on the slope of Mount K. Kyodai, apparently not knowing that the local authorities have noticed it, becoming active and evacuated the surrounding area. Before they duel, Kyodai compliments Batman on his mystery of self, saying he would have made a fine ninja. I don't know if he was hitting on him, but he'd be a fine ninja. Kyodai then removes his mask, and Batman returns the favor. Dude, this is what I call awesome sauce right here. They spar Bruce trying to avoid contact even as a volcano begins to erupt and lava flows down the side of the mountain. Then Kyodai lunges and jabs his fingers into the spot on Bruce's chest. Bruce groans and falls, apparently dead. Guys, where were you guys at this moment? Batman just died.
That's true. I thought he was dead.
I was like, "Oh, show's over. I guess we don't have to do the next 80 episodes or whatever."
Big surprise, actually. They edited it on Max. It's no more Batman.
Yeah, you don't know for the rest of the show. It's actually Dick in the cowl.
Oh, Dick.
Well, I don't like the way you said that.
Well, as Kyodai turns away, however, Bruce rises. The Dark Knight rises, saying the ancient technique doesn't work. The fight continues, but is interrupted by when a lava flow splits the ground between them. Kyodai is left trapped on a little rock. Bruce throws a line on a batarang to Kyodai, telling him to use it to spring over the gap. Silently, Kyodai kicks the batarang into the lava, then bows to Bruce with the utmost respect. Another surge of lava hits the rock, throwing up a cloud of smoke between them. When it clears, Kyodai is gone. Dude, this is what I call.
It pans down and he's laying on the rocks and he goes, "I hate you!"
Might as well. Well, Bruce and Alfred makes their way to safety. When Alfred asks how he survived the death touch, Bruce pulls a small armor plate underneath his costume and explains that he examined the practice dummy in Coyote's hideout and found a soft spot that Coyote had jabbed his fingers many times. It's like when Goldberg back in WCW speared Bret Hart, but then Goldberg was paralyzed. And then Bret Hart took off his shirt. He had a big metal plate on his chest. Kind of
I was thinking
referring
like Back to the Future 3.
That too. I know that scene.
Batman should probably just wear the armor all the time because it didn't look like it slowed him down at all. And
That's
like
a
he's
good
fighting
point.
dudes with guns.
He should, right?
I don't know why I don't know why he had to be like, I did something clever and I made my suit a suit
I
that
wore
protects
armor.
me. I made myself not as killable.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Come on, Batman.
Wasn't
Bruce.
that the thing too? Wasn't it like I put like armor underneath the logo so that because that's people shoot there. That's the target. That's why I have the
That's
big-
been done before, yeah.
Yeah,
Not a thing somewhere.
it is. I don't know why he's not thinking right now.
He's
That's
too busy
okay.
doing samurai shit.
Yeah. Well, Bruce bids goodbye to Euro, who asks him to be sure to pass his respects along to Batman. In a moment of self-doubt, Bruce says that Batman is much a ninja as Kyodai. Euro tells him that because Batman showed mercy to his enemy and resisted in the temptation to use the knowledge of the death touch, he is a true samurai. Bruce thanks his old teacher and departs. And that's it for the episode. Are we giving it a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
I gave it a thumbs up. Obviously, I wasn't on the episode for Night of the Ninja. That was
Right.
This is obviously the sequel to that episode, and I wasn't a huge fan of that episode. It's just kind of simple. It's a carbon copy of the Snake Eyes origin story from GI Joe, and yeah, I wasn't a fan of it. But this episode, I do think improves on it. I think it's a bit more interesting. Them fighting in front of a volcano is fun. I like it. Yeah, I know we just sort of made fun of Batman's clever reveal of I wore armor. It's like cool. But yeah, I do prefer this one over the Night of the Ninja episode. The Day of the Samurai is a good one. So I'll give this one a thumbs up as well.
What about you, Daniel?
I'm definitely a thumbs up. We love a good Duel of Fates moment in our Batman. What's not to like about that? I also like just seeing little glimpses into Batman's like training montage, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
'Cause there's a lot of cool stuff that can come out of that. I don't know how much more of it shows up in this. I think maybe if like Zatanna shows up, I know he got training from Zatanna, like Zatara. And I think
Yeah, that
like, there's-
definitely is a factor in it. We see those
Okay.
flashbacks. So
yeah, because I know there's that, and then there's like what's her name? Cassandra Cain. Like he learned something from her dad or something at some point, I think. I don't know. There's like a lot of backstory stuff that can come from that, and so I always think that's interesting. I do think it's funny that his master is like, those ninjas are assholes, but then like Bruce also trained to be a ninja in the previous
Right.
episode, and it's like, I would never, master. Ain't no way I'd be a ninja and a samurai. That'd be crazy.
no, of course.
But it's a
Oh.
definite thumbs up. It was really, really fun episode. Liked it a lot.
Yeah. All the things you guys said is a huge thumbs up for me. I hope we'll see Kyodai in the next future episodes. I hope he's not dead. Maybe he is dead.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's
We'll see.
he's become one with the volcano.
Yeah, he'll come back as a
Ooh.
lava monster.
Oh, now you got me excited. I do have an interesting fact for this episode. After the phone number trace, the machine displays 563 Tensukui, a reference to Osamu Tezuka, the godfather of anime. You guys know that guy?
Who? Sorry, what?
So his first name is Osamu, and then last name is Tezuka, and he is the godfather of anime. I didn't know about this.
Yeah, Tezuka. Yeah,
Tezuka.
That's he created like Kimba, the White Lion, and like Astro Boy, and yeah.
Okay. There we go. That's a good shout out to him then. I'm sure he passed away since he's the godfather
Yes,
of
he's
anime.
no longer with us.
Okay, if he's still alive, then like that's very anime of him.
That's very anime of him.
Yeah, I'll say.
If he's so anime, why is he dead?
Oh, I need to talk to his son. But
He
all right.
knows the secret technique to anime.
Oh, the death touch. All right. Let's get into episode.
Touch.
Let's get into episode 45 here. It's a lot. It's our last animal episode. I'm sure there's future animal episodes out there, but for this time, we're kind of tired. But this is the last one here. It is episode 45, Terror in the Sky. Are you guys scared?
Maybe a little.
Yes, terrified.
Okay. It's scary in the sky. On a dark winter night in Gotham, a couple dock workers are suddenly assaulted by a giant bad creature that is very interested in the fruit that they're loading. Fruitcake. After gorging itself on some choice pieces, it takes off into the skies and returns home. This creature is very hangry. Dr. Kirk Langstrom awakens in a panic, disturbed by his nightmares. His wife Francine asks him what is wrong, but he says it's nothing. However, when he heads for the window, he finds the remains of some fruit the man bat had eaten, along with rather large claw marks on the carpet. The dock workers explained the attack to some of the rather sus police, but Batman is listening in and knows exactly what they're talking about. He heads out to confront Dr. Langstrom. He got on his bicycle like a boss. That morning, Francine finds the torn up rug in the garbage, and realizes what's going on. She goes to ask her father, Dr. March, about Kirk, and he tells that Kirk has been in the lab since morning. Francine confronts Kirk, who's working on a formula that he claims is a cure. Batman arrives, and Kirk continues to deny that he's deliberately turning into the Man-Bat, blaming Batman for failing to properly cure him. Unable to take the stress, Francine runs from the room while Batman takes the DNA sample from Kirk to confirm if he's telling the truth. Dude, Batman and Francine, they are pissed at Kirk. Would you blame them?
I mean, like, I get what their problem is, right? Like, they're just like, damn it, Kirk, not again. You thought you told me you stopped being Man-Bat. But
I just saw you really like 2 episodes ago, and you said
you promised.
You promised.
Oh, they were pissed off. I mean, like, we're with them, Kirk.
I get it.
Yeah. Outside, Batman is attacked by the Man-Bat. This creature has a distinctive advantage over Batman. And he is forced to flee on the Bat-Cycle. In the subway, Batman eventually manages to snag the Man-Bat with a grapple, but is too strong, and the Bat-Cycle is destroyed by a train. Fortunately, he manages to get his hair sample, which is all he needed to run the test. The Bat-Cycle is destroyed. Moment of silence. Okay. Are we guys good now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for that.
Thank you. Meanwhile, Francine has left Kirk. I would too. Who is desperately making calls to the airport. Batman arrives and tells him that his tests have been proven that Kirk was in fact cured, and that this is a new Man-Bat. Kirk tries to figure out who the hell it is, but Batman tells him to focus on getting his wife, his Francine, back. I was doing some Googling about bats, and it says that bats are a divisive group with over 1,100 species. It's a lot. different types of bats out there. Batman goes to March's lab and opens his file cabinet. March appears behind him, aiming a tranquilizer rifle. March admits that he's continued Kirk's research since he believes that only a man-bat hybrid will be able to survive the planet's next revolutionary cataclysm. The new serum he created would be even more powerful than Kirk's. Though March doesn't know for sure since he hasn't been taking in one from him, Batman disarms him and demands to know who has. March remembers working late to refine the formula, but Francine walked in on him. To his surprise, he dropped the glass beaker containing the new formula on the floor. Francine blissfully ignorantly of his experiments helped him to clean up. But the shard of glass from the beaker picked her finger, and horrified in realization, March realizes that Francine has been injected with the serum, and is one now wreaking havoc as the Man Bat. In anger, Batman removes the file of March's research notes from the cabinet and throws them at his feet, asking he is truly willing to let his own daughter die before he ends the madness. March Madness. Oh, March Madness. I get it. Right now, March and Madness is happening right now. And there's Dr. March. He's mad. I got it. Then he leaves to track down Francine. Guys, we have our first woman bat. How do we feel about this?
It's I think it's a cool twist. You know, I think Man Bat is one of those characters where if you want to keep him sort of worth redeeming, you can't have him continuously turning into Man Bat over and over again, because then he's just a bad guy. So if he's redeemed already and he's someone Batman can trust, then how do you do Man Bat again? And I think, you know, the reveal of a secret other Man Bat, because obviously with the first episode, it was like, "You're Man Bat, aren't you?" It was talking to her dad. And it's like, "No, I'm not Man Bat," even though I think Man Bats are superior creatures. And we kind of do that again. I'm like, this time it really is you, isn't it? Like, no. So they keep finding new ways to kind of make it interesting.
Yeah, I like it. I don't know if there's another Man Bat episode, but if it is, Batman needs to become Man Bat. That's the only one way to go. Later, alone in the lab, March silently touches a lit match to his file and drops it to the wastebasket to burn. During the flight, Francine admits to the attendant that she's not feeling well and asks for some aspirin. Kirk is also on the plane and asks her to come home, claiming that it is to be proven that he is not the Man Bat. Francine quickly agrees and starts to embrace her husband. I thought that was really quick from her. It's like, "Oh, it's true? Okay." I feel like, shouldn't she question more about that? Kind of embraced her really quick. Embraced him pretty quick.
Yeah.
But she is struck by another attack and runs into the bathroom where she transforms. What are you guys' thoughts about this transformation? Is this better than the werewolf transformation from Tyger Tyger?
I think it's that this one's got that bit where she's still got like her hair and everything while she's like turning into like a big bat and screaming and whatnot. So that's fun. Yeah. I like that.
I like that too. What about you, Daniel? Do you like transformations of werewolves?
No, I only like Sentai and or magical girl transformations. I hate werewolf transformations.
You don't like animal TF. That's a bit different.
Yeah. If I want somebody transforming into an animal, I want the Animorph cover, like book cover version of it. That's what I need. So if I don't have that, 0 out of 10, can't do it. No, I think this one's pretty cool. I like the idea of what's her name, Francine becoming the woman bat. That's neat.
Wombat.
That's a different pen. I can't.
Maybe not that one.
Oh, okay. Well, unhappy with the confinement, she breaks through the plane door, causing the cabin to depressurize. Kirk is sucked out of the cabin, and Francine dives after him. Batman abroad, the Batwing cannot yet interfere. At the stewardess is also sucked by the plane and has to save her. Once the stewardess is safe on the plane, he's then been proven. Also, he closed the door and goes after Francine. I don't think that door was completely closed. The plane door. I feel like it should. Shouldn't he like put some I don't know, some staples on the door? I feel like it's gonna come out again. It's gonna open again.
That's not his problem. That's the air marshal.
Yeah, he doesn't live here.
Oh, all right. Francine, who is carrying the unconscious husband, is unhappy to see Batman following her. She flies on top of the Gotham Bridge Tower where Batman confronts her and shoots her with the antidote. But it doesn't work. Francine attacks him, and in the fight, Batman is nearly forced off tower, but manages to climb back and shoots Francine with another dosage of the serum. The second injection also seemed to be ineffective, but at last it takes effect and Francine returns to her normal self. Disoriented, she almost falls from the tower, but Kirk manages to save her, vowing not to let her go. I also, of course, this is a woman, right? Transforming to a bat. Of course, it's a kid's show, so when she was as a man bat, she has something to cover her chest, and she was wearing pants too, right?
She was wearing pants, yeah. Which Man-Bat usually wears pants as well, but she does have a little bit of drape. I mean, they don't do anything to feminize or sexualize the bat creature. Yeah,
I guess they chose to leave the shirt just like in case, but like bats don't have boobs. You know what I mean? Like that's not a thing. I guess maybe they left it for like when she transforms back.
Maybe that might be the case.
Right.
Maybe. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I don't know if we see her after she's transferred back, like in the tattered clothes. I don't think we see that. Maybe I'm wrong.
I mean, we'll get to it in a moment. This episode ends very quickly. When it ends, it ends. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
So Francine got mad at Kirk the entire time. She gotta say sorry to Kirk because she didn't know it was her the entire time. I think. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the end of the episode here. Are we giving this a man bad up or man bad down?
I don't have a man bat to hold. I give it a man bat up, I guess. This is the best of the animal episodes we watched tonight. It is the most interesting because it is, of course, tied to the previous storylines of Kirk Langstrom and everything. And I think it's an interesting sort of twist. Obviously, you can kind of look at it as like maybe there's some sort of allegories or sort of metaphors for things like substance abuse, right? Like he's very open about like I'm not back on it, I swear, but everyone's like, sure. So there's that kind of attitude towards it. It does end very abruptly, in my opinion, but I still think it's a good, solid episode.
Yeah. What about you, Daniel?
Yeah, I really like this episode. I'm a man bat fan bat. I think that both of the episodes that he's been involved in or whatever have been really good ones. Big fan of it. I do think it's really funny. We didn't really talk about it at the beginning when there's like him eating. Well, I guess she's like eating the fruit, and then she gets home and just like crawls into bed. So she like woke up at home, probably covered in fruit juice. And then she got into bed, and then she like put on all of her pajamas and like put on a little night mask and crawled into bed and didn't think anything about it. And then in the morning, she woke up and put her husband on blast.
I was gonna say, and then Kirk wakes up in like the dead of the night. He's like in a cold sweat, and she's like, "Go to sleep, shut up."
I could have sworn there was a bat in here.
Oh my god, get over it.
Francine. But yeah, I'm giving this a thumbs up as well. And it is like On Leather Wings, but is this a sequel to On Leather Wings?
It's got. I mean, yeah, technically,
This
it's the
has to
same
be.
Continuation of the character, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess out of all the animal episodes, I'm giving this one thumbs up. Shout out to you, Man Bat. You always scare me in the Arkham games. I do have an interesting fact for this episode. The director Boyd Kirkland has listed the episode among his favorite to have worked on during Batman the Animated Series, for giving him the opportunity to do something in the horror genre, and for some great action chase stuff. Storyboard by Phil Norwood. So he really likes this episode.
All right.
But yeah, that's it for these episodes. I know it wasn't that crazy, but hopefully the next 5 episodes should be more fun. I'm talking about episodes 46 to 50, so watch that for next time. And Daniel, where can they find you, man?
You can find me on Twitter. I sound so exhausted. I'm not. I promise I'm not. You can find me on Twitter and Blue Sky at DanielMCG, or you can follow my podcast, Ready Set Replay, on Spotify and YouTube. We talk about old TV shows, old video games, and just whatever's going on in pop culture news. So if you're interested in any of those things, please come on by. We just started, and we need all the support we can get, quite frankly. So help us out.
Fantastic. And then you just released an episode about your top 5 movies.
Yeah, the most recent episode of Recap was, we talk about the rumors of the remake for Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, and then like the main topic is me and Skyler's top 5 movies of all time.
Fantastic. And Anthony, what about you?
You can find me at Anthony Lantern on pretty much all social media platforms. I have my own YouTube channel, Anthony Reviews, where I do talk about Batman. And then I have my own podcast called The Grud, which I do with my friend Kirk, where we talk about our recent sort of movie viewing experiences, TV show stuff, whatever comes to mind.
I never met Kirk, but is he the same Kirk in Batman?
Well, that was the interesting thing about this batch. We had an Anthony, we had a Kirk. It was it's a wild time.
Very Grud of you guys, I'll say.
Oh, yeah.
Well, of course, you can follow this podcast. Of course, you're listening on Spotify. I'm also on Apple. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, Twitter, at Brownboywonders Podcast. Follow me there, guys, for more updates, more sneak peeks, more clips. Follow me there. And until that, I would read the poem of Tyger Tyger, if I can find it.
He lost it. He read it earlier and he lost it already.
Whoa. I have it here. You guys say something while I find this thing.
If you had to be turned half animal, what animal would you want to get turned into?
Cat dog.
Oh, that's too... Okay.
Half Abrar, half cat dog. So he's 25% cat and 25% dog. All right.
No. He's not 25% cat and 25% dog. He's 50% cat dog. That's different.
Well, yeah. Okay, all right. I was trying to break it down to the people at home, but you know what?
No.
Okay, great.
Okay, I have it here. Tyger, burn bright in the forest of the night. What the moral hand or eye dare frame thy fearful symmetry.
Wow. So beautiful. Snaps and claps. Let's get out of here.